You're welcome to another episode of Safety Moment with Aliola. My name is Wale Agdoyoke, and in the spirit of the Mental Health Month, the month of May, we'll be talking about mental well-being, and we'll be relating it to risk assessment. In risk assessment techniques, there are various techniques that we use to carry out our risk assessment, risk management techniques, and we'll be using what we call the switches model to analyze what we mean and relating it to mental well-being. There are stages that has to do with mental well-being, and the first stage is where we have accumulators of stressors. Stressors can come from various life challenges. Stressors can come from sudden news, sudden events, gradual events, financial crisis, economical issues. We have issues that has to do with threat, insecurity issues, listening to news, sad news every day, sad events, going through stress, burnout. When I mean burnout, we're talking about work overload, mental exhaustion, work stress, handling family issues. All these things, they accumulate together and we call them stressors. When these stressors are not managed, the next stage we have what we call burnout. We have anxiety situations, we have anger, we have frustration, and it's just like a balloon. When a balloon is being blown to the maximum, it just requires a little pinch of maybe a needle for it to burst out, or extra air. So when that air is inside, it bursts out completely. At this stage, the accumulation of burnout, anxiety that are not managed properly, it leads to what we call depression. Depression is an extreme stage that requires serious medical attention, use of antidepressants and the like. When depression is not managed, depending on how the person is relating with the depression, the behavioral mechanisms, sometimes it can either lead to suicide, most of the time lead to suicide, or lead to a psychotic behavior, display, which normally we call it madness. So we're talking about accumulation of stressors that has not been managed. When we are relating it with the switches model, like I said, we're talking about creating barriers to prevent an hazard risk from leading to a serious catastrophic event, which is the issue of suicide and psychotic behavior. So in between, we have stages of stressors. From stressors, we have graduating into burnout and anxiety. From burnout and anxiety, graduating into depression. So in between, there are barriers. And these barriers is how we create control and we manage these events. Preventing stressors, managing stressors from getting it to the stage of burnout, where individual becomes burnt out based on the issues. Like we used to tell most of our clients, your workers, what affects them is not only about the work. Personal issues, relationship issues, family issues, raising the kids, daily activities, daily stressors can also lead to them getting to a stage of burnout, anxiety, frustration and anger. And if that is not properly managed, such individual will graduate to a stage of depression. Even at the stage of burnout, the person becomes less productive at work. It becomes less active. That's why we talk about managing our stressors. As an individual, how do we manage our stressors? And as an organization, how do you create a management system that helps in showing the duty of care of the mental health state of your workers? Because when you don't do that, it graduates to burnout. From burnout, anxiety, it graduates to depression, and from depression, it graduates to suicide or psychotic behavior. So creating those barriers in between, having those barriers in between, and reducing the loopholes that could lead to an event leading to the other before it gets to the last stage that we don't want, that we desire not. So this is where we'll stop today. On our next episode, we'll continue on the various controls to put at this stage and the symptoms that we look out for in order to prevent these events of stressors to getting into a very serious devastating stage. Thank you and God bless you.